This episode is brought to you by Hosting.com, the trusted hosting partner built for agencies and creators. With optimized WordPress performance, expert support, and scalable plans, Hosting.com helps agencies deliver faster, more reliable websites. Explore hosting plans designed for pros at Hosting.com.
Some leaders shape technology, others shape the relationships that allow technology to thrive. Today's guest does both, helping build the connective tissue of the WordPress ecosystem through partnerships, community engagement, and a deep understanding of how performance, hosting, and growth intersect. You're listening to WP Legends, where we bring the builders, operators, and connectors of the modern web to the mic. Today, I'm joined by Swelena Peneva, a rising and highly recognizable leader within the WordPress community. Swelena is currently head of partnerships at WP Engine after previously leading partnerships at NitroPack, one of the most widely used performance optimization platforms powering millions of sites around the world. Her journey through affiliate programs, agency partnerships, business development, and ecosystem strategy has given her a rare 360-degree view of how products grow inside WordPress from early adoption to global scale. I've had the pleasure of meeting Swelena at multiple WordCamps, and she brings a unique blend of enthusiasm, strategic insight, and empathy that stands out immediately. Today, we'll discuss the evolution of partnerships in the WordPress industry, how performance and hosting companies collaborate to drive value, and how Swelena sees the next chapter of community-driven growth unfolding. Swelena, welcome to WP Legends.
Thank you so much for having me. That was quite an introduction. I feel very humbled now, and I'm like, I hope the conversation will live up to that.
Honestly speaking, because I met you in person before, I think the first time we met was WordCamp Athens. Correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm not mistaken.
That was WordCamp Athens, and that was my second WordCamp.
Really? I didn't realize. And that at that time, it was NitroPack. It wasn't WP Engines. Let's go to your story like around that time and go from there.
So you and I met in Athens, which was 2023. That was, at the time, it was still NitroPack, not NitroPack by WP Engine as it is today.
Mm-hmm.
It was only our second WordCamp as a company. It was my second WordCamp as an attendee, sponsor, etc. Our first one was Porto the year before, which was interesting because that was the first in-person flagship WordCamp after COVID. And I think a lot, like people were just very thirsty and hungry to get back together and be together again with their customers and partners and community. And at that WordCamp in Porto, we very much, because it was our first WordCamp, we felt a little bit on the outside, because I'm sure you've experienced this about WordPress too, but everyone knows each other. And it's definitely a community, which is absolutely wonderful. But when you're new to it, it can be a little, you just feel, you feel like you're on the outside of it until you spend that time and get to know people. So for us as a company, it was a very conscious and strategic decision to keep showing up and make that effort. And I think we've done that successfully. And it also took us to then Athens, and we've sponsored all the flagship WordCamps, and we've attended ever since, and it's been wonderful.
Yeah, you become one of the most recognizable partnership leaders in the WordPress ecosystem. I can safely say that. Like I bump into you all the time. So working across NitroPack and now WP Engine, what core philosophy guides you approaching this relationship building? Let me ask you this, because I believe you talk to a lot of agencies as a day-to-day of your business. Tell me about your day-to-day.
Yeah. So when it comes to relationship building, I think I don't approach it too differently, or I don't think it's too different to personal relationships. I think it's still about trust. It's still about transparency. It's still about respect, and people can pick up on that. And I can happily say that there are content creators in WordPress, agencies in WordPress that we've worked with for years. And over time, it definitely becomes a relationship as you continue to work together, and maybe you meet face to face over and over again. And that's absolutely wonderful.
That's good to know. So NitroPack is your core focus at WP Engine right now, or do you do other stuff as well?
So NitroPack is still my core focus. I'm part
Mm-hmm.
of the wider team at
Mm-hmm.
WP Engine, so I'm also involved with that. And I get together with the WP Engine team several times a week, and we collaborate together
Mm-hmm.
as much as we can, either to deliver more value for NitroPack or for me to help deliver more value for WP Engine. And one of the funny things that's happened since we got acquired, which was in the summer of last year, is that I think a lot of people who knew me from before we got acquired, to them, I'm Svilana from NitroPack, and that's
Mm-hmm.
always be the case. But people who met me more recently, to them, I'm Svilana from WP Engine. And when I
Mm-hmm.
hear that, it's a little funny, but it's true. And there are people who will reach out to me when they have some kind of a collaboration idea with
Mm-hmm.
Engine, and I find that interesting. And I'm always more than happy to make that connection if I'm not the right person to speak to, because it's a huge company. So oftentimes I'm not the right person to speak to, and everyone has more fragmented roles.
Yeah.
So yeah,
WP Engine has acquired two assets, NitroPack and Swelena.
I I like that.
So tell me something. Now, I'm kind of curious because I know NitroPack really well. I know a lot of other speed optimization plugin companies. How is NitroPack, okay, different than the other companies? And because it is a little pricey as compared to all the other companies. So what is that is unique to NitroPack? Let me ask you this.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think when it comes to WordPress, when people think of performance, a lot of them still think about caching plugins.
Mm-hmm.
One thing is that there's a lot more to performance than just caching, right? And oftentimes, if you want to really hit all the different angles of performance, which it starts with caching, but then there's also image optimization, code optimization, CDN, then you would have to install multiple plugins, which you mentioned that NitroPack is a little more expensive. Well, actually, it's cheaper to get NitroPack than multiple plugins that would give you the same functionality. So to answer your question more directly, NitroPack is an all-in-one solution, which means that you get pretty much everything that you would need for performance. We're really proud to offer the most comprehensive performance stack on the market. So if I remember correctly, we have over 60 performance features, and that goes from caching, image optimization, font optimization, etc., etc. And we also have a built-in CDN, which is Cloudflare.
I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that you have CD and everything inbuilt, even image optimization. Yeah,
Yes,
that's pretty.
exactly. And all of that, like when you include more infrastructure in there, obviously that's going to bump up the price a little bit. But NitroPack is also SaaS based, so we're a service. We're not just a plugin or just a product, and everything is also hosted on our own servers and the cloud, and that we offload that from our customers' servers.
The funny thing is, I've used WP Engine for years, and I can just say only the best things about WP Engine because, and I was just speaking with somebody, I think a month ago or something, like Seahawk Media as an agency, we use a lot of hosting companies just so that we're updated with the market and say, when it comes to WP Engine, I can say that, the websites keep running. They don't break. They just run. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Do I even need NitroPack when everything is working?
Yeah, that is a great question. The way that our partnership with WP Engine started, it started prior to us getting acquired, and NitroPack is actually integrated into WP Engine, meaning that you can enable it with one click in your hosting panel, which is part of the reason why WP Engine runs so well in terms of the version of NitroPack that is currently available within WP Engine is currently called PageSpeed Boost, and there are many WP Engine customers that are currently using it. And right now, one of the main projects that we're working on is, number one, rebranding it and also calling it NitroPack, because I think that has a little more recognizability when it comes to branding and all these things. And then we're also working on introducing the full functionality of NitroPack into the WP Engine hosting panel.
That's incredible. And anything special coming up in 2026 our viewers should know about?
So I think in many cases, after there's a big change to a business like a merger or an acquisition, first of all, that is a big change, both for the company being acquired and then the company doing the acquiring. So then what happens is usually you spend a lot of time on merging your teams and merging processes and merging infrastructure, which is that was our focus in 2025, if I have to be honest, which took away from our time that we would have otherwise spent on innovating, which is ideal. But our goal for 2026 is to go back to innovation, go back to delighting our customers.
Good to hear that. And I'm curious to know, I know WP Engine has like a ton of agency customers and direct customers, etc., like all over the world. I know that. But is there like a focus area that WP Engine wants to partner with more agencies? Because you do have an incredible agency program also where you give a lifetime revenue share, which I know really well. But is agency still the core focus of WP Engine, or is just everybody?
I think without a question, agency partnerships is one thing that WP does incredibly well. I'm not entirely sure how many agency partners they have, but they do have a lot, and then they partner with some of the largest agencies in WordPress. That's still a focus. That's always been a focus, and I think it always will be. But they are also continuing to focus on mid-market companies and higher scale companies.
Gotcha. And I know that e-commerce and WooCommerce is huge. So and when it comes to WP Engine and NitroPack, is there a recommendation or a timeline within your support staff, etc., that you recommend NitroPack if a client is not a NitroPack customer? How does that work if somebody truly needs?
Yeah. So I think that's a very interesting use case when someone has an e-commerce store in general, because that's one of the cases when performance is no longer just a technical feature, it's a business critical one. Because I think if we also think about the evolution of performance, a few years ago, performance was something that was mostly done and talked about and thought about by developers, right? And now I think we've seen a shift to where, again, it's a strategic advantage, and it's something that is business critical, because people have realized that, well, hold on a minute, it's not just about these abstract metrics like load times or time to first byte, et cetera, and these things actually have a direct correlation and a direct impact on your bottom line. And things like user experience, better conversion rates, etc., will directly impact your bottom line. So I would say if you're an e-commerce store owner, then having a fast, performant, smooth website is more important than ever.
Yeah, I think performance expectations from site owners are increasing faster than the industry can keep up now. That's my opinion.
And I would agree, because I think if the expectation before was fast, the expectation now is instant. Things have to be instant. Things have to be flawless.
Yeah. And I think because agencies are getting more mature, especially smaller agencies, and they're educating their end users that why you should, pay the agency more or invest in, let's say, a NitroPack, or any other performance or speed plug in the sector, because if you don't do it, then you will lose like a second or 2 seconds, and then you can correlate those 2 seconds to dollar value in loss. Would you agree? Something like that?
I definitely agree. And we also have to think about it from the flip side, which is performance is becoming more important because we as users are becoming more and more impatient. Probably true for you as well, because I know that if I go to a website and something takes, let's say, more than 0.0 seconds to load, I'm like, you know what? I'm out of here. I don't have the time. I'm not gonna buy this from here. I'm gonna buy it from somewhere else, etc.
Got it.
I think those things go hand in hand.
Got it. And tell me about NitroPack support or WP Engine support in general. I know I've used it as well, but like till what point does the support engineers, will they go into the website and help? Let's say there's a WooCommerce site and they have a Black Friday sale. They're going to expect like 200, conversions in every hour or something, and something is about to break or breaking in between. Till what level do the support engineers help? Let me ask you this question.
So I feel more comfortable speaking about NitroPack support because I'm closer to that team.
Sure.
And
Sure.
what I can say is that, so like I already mentioned, NitroPack is a SaaS, which is software as a service, meaning that we provide our customers with a service, meaning that we do have a very robust support team that have to be there to handle all these cases. And that's something that we've invested in for years now. And we offer premium support that is 24/7. And we have level 1 and level 2 support. And the level 2 support cases, like you said, are the ones where our engineers will go into your website, if you give them permission, of course, and they can tweak the different NitroPack settings for you. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It
is very customizable as well. And we also have the people to do it.
Yeah, that's good to know. And that means like websites of any shape or size. It doesn't matter. A WordPress website of any shape or size, as long as they're a paying NitroPack customer, of course, needless to say.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And I also did a small recap on your agency plan. You have the direct retail customers and you have the agency plans. And for agencies, you start at 10, I think 10 size, 20 size, something like that. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. And those agencies, when they what is the size of these agencies who are using NitroPack? Let me ask you this. Typically,
Yeah. I think we have agencies from different sizes for the most part.
When I say sizes, I mean customers. Like an agency will have how many customers? Like 10, 50, 500, typically.
It really varies. We do have smaller agencies with, let's say, a few dozen websites. Some of them have, and then are the ones who have thousands of websites.
And do they come to you with a price pushback? Because of course, it is an expensive product, but then you have to explain to them or just send them to an FAQ page that this includes all of this.
Yeah. One thing that we found is that I think right now the one thing that agencies care about the most is the price, and they are very positive currently. So it's not even as much about features as it is about price sensitivity. And about our agency program is that each of our agency partners will get a custom quote based on how many websites
okay.
NitroPack on, and then that's also based on your usage of page views and CDN. So ultimately, the more websites you have, the more usage that you have, the lower prices per website. So that's something that we also like to highlight.
Or you actually look into the end websites of the agency. So if agency comes to you, they give you a list and then you can customize the plan for them, basically.
Well, we usually just ask them to give us a number of websites that they're going to be using, and then a gauge of how big those websites are based on how much CDN do we expect them to use it for every year.
Got it.
And page views do we expect that they will have.
Got it. Switching gears to your personal growth journey, I also noticed that you were recently on the Seriously But podcast, where you spoke about, your path, mindset, leadership, etc. Okay. So anything interesting you want to share here as well? The challenges, especially in your personal career. Let me ask you that.
That's a good one. So, and it's a good one, and it's always about putting a positive spin. If we're talking
because you had WordPress experience before Nitro, right? But not too much.
No, I did not, and it's really funny because I've been with NitroPack for almost 5 years now, and this has been my first full-time job after I graduated university, and I think NitroPack has changed a lot since then, and we've gone through several different chapters, and I very much feel like I've grown up alongside of it and alongside different chapters, and I've been allowed to grow, and I've been by my leaders and by my managers, and I've been encouraged to do that, and my role has changed over time, etc., etc. I think in prior to us joining WP Engine, NitroPack was very much a startup. It was a team of, so when I joined NitroPack in 2021, it was a team of about 20 people.
Mm.
And by the time we joined WP Engine, it was a team of about 65 people.
Mm.
So that's still quite a big change. And then in joining WP Engine, you're joining a team of 1,200 people, which means that it means a completely different way of working, a completely different pace of working, completely different processes, et cetera, which is a challenge in and of itself. And I think oftentimes you have to pause before you can accelerate.
Mm.
Something that's been a big lesson to me and something that I definitely struggle with. But that's been a lesson for sure. Yeah.
That's good. And the only reason I brought this topic up is because, there's so many people, all over the world right after uni, they want to, start a career as a web design agency, branding agency, and looking into WordPress as a career. And you have a perspective with respect to partnerships. So any advice for them? If somebody wants to get into the affiliate world, partnerships, blog and SEO, technical SEO content, etc.
Yeah. So I can very genuinely and confidently say that I knew absolutely nothing about WordPress or website creation when I first started my journey with NitroPack. Not that I know all that much now, but let's say I know a little bit more. And I think a lot of it is just about, and people have asked me this question before, a lot of it is just about getting your hands dirty. A lot of it is about showing up. Because you mentioned you've seen me a few times over the years. And yes, you have to show up, but you also have to do your homework every time. And what do I mean by that? Is that when it comes to partnerships, you have to do your research. You have to know the context of that person or that company, and you have to sit down and spend that time in doing that. And you also have to be very strategic about it with what could we potentially collaborate on together? What value could we bring? Because everyone's time is valuable, and let's say partnerships are not always the very core of a business, whether that's a product company or an agency. So I think you will really need to make the case for why should we prioritize this and why should we spend time on this. And then you are also engaging the time of other people if you are going to be working on a partnership. So
I can add some thought here, by the way, for all of my viewers also, and I have a very unique perspective on partnerships. Okay,
we're all here.
So several years ago, when I started my own agency, okay, I had no clue about WordPress. Also, I was using WordPress, I was using Magento, I was using CS Cut because I'm not a coder. Okay, maybe a new HTML here and there a little bit, but I'm not a coder. I just started finding people, etc. Okay. And yes, I started dabbling and dancing with all kinds of technology. And then I got into WordPress. Fast forward, the one thing which I truly realized how important partnerships are. Okay. I'll give you a very simple example. I started integrating Typeform. I just came across Typeform as a company. Really respect and admire that company. Even now, till date. Typeform is still on our website, Seahawk Mini and many places. Okay. And their affiliate and partnership program was just starting up. And I was their first affiliate. And long story short, we were generating like $10,000 worth of revenue. What? So and that was my first learning curve personally, because I was an affiliate champion of whatever sorts. And then I started, joining affiliate programs and starting meeting partner managers at a lot of companies. So I respect the partnership role. And that's why I wanted to invite you on my show as well, because that's a very unique perspective. And I speak with so many partner managers all over the world, day in and out, LinkedIn, email, calls, etc. And I realized that how important this particular role is, how crucial it is, not only for the growth of that company, but for the agency also, right?
Yeah. I think it's definitely a role that I think you described it really well in saying that it's the connective tissue between a company and the outside world. I think it's important to realize that oftentimes you won't be, let's say you're not the engineer, you're not the product manager, you're not necessarily the person who will be bringing that product to life, but you are in charge of bringing these brilliant people together and bringing these teams together to see, is there something that we can create that is greater than the sum of its parts, and that ultimately is not just the two partners involved, but the overall ecosystem.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're based in Bulgaria, right? Okay, I have just brought about this topic because I have a running funny joke with people who I interview, and they're based in Bulgaria. That what's with the hosting scene in Bulgaria?
Yeah.
Is it like kids when they're born they're given a server and just mess around with it hosting? Like what is there? What's your perspective? Like, why is the hosting scene so popular in Bulgaria? Incredible hosting companies are there also. What's the
Yeah.
reason?
Yeah. That is really funny. We do have a few.
Is it just happened, or like why?
Mm,
Is there like some special universities about WordPress and hosting? What's going on?
yeah. I think we're definitely seeing more and more of WordPress in education, not just on the university level, but even for younger kids, which I think is wonderful. Um, but that is a great question, and I don't necessarily have an answer for it.
Nobody
I,
does.
I
I'm
think,
realizing this, I think.
and one of those companies is SiteGround, which is one of the biggest
Mhm.
web
Mhm.
hosts in WordPress, and I think they've been around for over 20 years, which is something. The reason is probably just that you can't really have a website without a host, right? So
Yeah.
it's very much
SiteGround, Scala Hosting, what else?
that,
JetHost. The
yeah,
founders of JetHost ran the largest hosting company in Bulgaria. I got to know when I interviewed them, Metodi and Lubo. So it's incredible. WP Engine has a big team, I'm sure, a small, big, medium-sized team in Bulgaria. That's another story. It's incredible.
yes, it is. Yeah.
Is it is like, we have this article on our own website Seahawk Media, like the Silicon Valley in India is Gujarat, in
Yeah.
part of India, a state, because all the WordPress like best quality talent is in that region. So there's like a running joke also, like by what's happening in Bulgaria. What I should do is ideally plan 15 days, go to Bulgaria, hire a podcast studio, and just send out emails and calls and do in-person recordings next time.
I think there are a lot of interesting people for you to talk to here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I missed visiting a few months ago. I was very close by, but that's another story. But anyways, coming back to hosting for a second, as WordPress becomes more influenced by AI, cloud hosting, other integrated platforms, etc., do you think like partnerships are going to be even more important than ever before? Or should hosting companies, WP Engine is investing a lot in partnerships, but should hosting companies and other plugin companies all over the world be investing in partnerships more than ever before? And why, as per you?
Yeah. Um, in short, yes. And I think the trend that we're seeing is that the lines are becoming blurred between, let's say, hosting, security, um, and performance optimization, and hosts are moving more and more towards offering more complete and well-rounded solutions. And hosts will oftentimes curate a set of plugins for their customers. So, and in order to be able to do that, then as a host, you have to lean into partnerships. And on the customer side, customers also want that. They don't necessarily want to go to 10 different places and have to pay 10 different bills every month or every year. A lot of them want to have everything in one place, get one bill at the end of the month. In order to be able to do that, then, well, there are two ways to do it. One of them is build something on your own, or integrate with a third party solution, which I think oftentimes the second option is better because you're going to save time, you're going to save resources, and then it would probably also take a lot of time again to develop that expertise that someone else might have, whether that's performance, security, whatever.
Yeah,
So I think there's
yeah.
a lot to be said about partnerships.
What are your personal thoughts about acquiring customers by advertising, whether it's Meta, Google Ads, etc.? Because you're a partnership manager, you speak with people offline, etc. So, do you think that's also? Yeah, advertising is kind of important, but how important are they to you personally,
Hmm.
of any
Yeah,
sorts?
yeah. I don't personally work with paid ads, but what I can
Hmm.
see in my personal life is that if they're done well, and oftentimes they are, and they really know how to target you, then they can be very effective because
Hmm.
God knows how many things I've bought and how much money I've spent because of retargeting ads. Because I went to a website and then I saw the ad and I was like, it's a sign from God. Now I have to buy it. Like no other way.
That's true. I think people, those who do it well, they do it really well. I use this, morning supplements, green powder called AG1, very, very popular. And just because I use it, I'm seeing a new competitor's ad, which is powered by David Beckham, IM8, and I just can't stop seeing it. It's harassing me, that advertisement from 50,000 influencers. So, but that's like over advertising also. But yes, it does. But like, I was so, because I was bombarded so much, I had to order once just to see, you know, just to test it out. But anyways, you're right. You're absolutely right. I believe in SEO. I believe in content. I believe ChatGPT marketing is the future because everybody uses ChatGPT, everybody uses Perplexity, etc. So I think, but that is another conversation altogether. And before we run up on time, I have to ask you and get your perspective. And I ask this question a lot to a lot of people. Okay, what is your personal perspective on WordPress in the next 3 to 5 years? Not 10, not 15, just 3 to 5 years. Considering the likes of Shopify, Framework, Lovable people are using day in and out. How bullish are you on WordPress?
I think a lot of people might be worried about WordPress, but we're still seeing a lot of innovation. Now we have the AI team, like before we used to have the performance core team. So I don't think, and we know that WordPress has now been around for over 20 years. So I don't think it's going away anytime soon, but it's just about each of us as professionals, individuals, and then as companies continuing to do what we do, which is continuing to be there for our customers and continuing to innovate.
Got it. And is there any partnership channel which you personally love or admire, or is there anything underrated you can think of?
For me, that would probably have to be webinars and community-driven content.
Oh, okay.
This is something that we've done a lot at NitroPack in the past because we know that one of the core values of WordPress is giving back and contributing. And I think one of the ways to contribute is contribute your expertise. And I think community-driven content is also, it's a great way to do co-marketing, but it's also a way to give back to the community and to create deeper engagement and deeper trust.
I think if I was not doing what I'm doing today, by the way, I'm not a podcaster like I told you before this episode. I have a business called Seahawk Media, which is my main business. I started this as a side thing once a week for some SEO just because my marketing team was harassing me. But if I was not doing all of this, I would have been in partnerships and affiliates. I kid you not. I enjoy that world, to be very honest with you.
I think I agree with you. I think it's very fun. I mean, it really depends on the type of personality you are, because there are people who would absolutely hate it and who want to focus on engineering. And that's more than fair because I don't think I'd be great as an engineer, but I love being in partnerships. But something that came to mind is that what we're doing right now is community-driven content. We're coming together, you're coming together with people from the community to generate value, to share insights. And I think it's really powerful.
Yeah. On that note, we'll end this episode. Thank you so much for your time today. Thank you so much for coming on WP Legends. And to all of my viewers, if you're looking for a career or some lessons in partnerships, you know where to go.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Swelena. Have a nice one. Thank you.